Hey, this is Jeremy with Easyhire. Thanks for taking time to check out the video. This is covering an integration with one of our great partners, ICIMS. So if you're an ICIMS customer, this is an excellent integration. We worked very closely with ICIMS to make this work as smoothly as possible, and we had a great time working with the very talented ICIMS team. So what we're going to do here is you're going to go to a candidate, you're going to select them in the job that you want to interview them for, and you'll click advance, and then you'll send them to Easyhire. So depending on your workflow, again, when you set up the integration, you'll have a workflow stage that says send to Easyhire. So it's as simple as that. Then the system will pop up a notification saying that you sent the candidate over to the send to Easyhire stage. You'll click confirm, and then they'll send the candidate an email to ask them to take the on-demand interview. So again, to review, you just can't select the candidate, advance them their stage, and you're going to move them to send to Easyhire. So what's going to happen next is you or the hiring manager would go into Easyhire, and the whole interface of Easyhire can be branded with your organization's branding. So your colors, your logos throughout the interface, and of course it can be branded for the candidates as well. But basically, you'll come in here to the dashboard, you'll click on upcoming interviews, and then basically what you're going to do at this point is decide what type of interview you want to conduct with the candidate and what questions you want to ask. So our questions are created by you folks in our system, and they're organized in question sets. Again, you're going to do an on-demand interview most of the time. You can also schedule a live interview from here as well. So you'll go in here, you'll click question set. You'll select one of your question sets. You'll determine how many days the candidate has to take it. So basically, the candidate can have a certain number of days to complete this on-demand interview. If they don't complete it within 12 days, then the link will expire, and you can, the candidate can't take it. So you don't have to come back 2 months later, kind of completing that interview when you've already filled the position. So you'll hit save, and that'll send a notice out to. So next, I've gone to my inbox, and the candidate's going to get an email from you. The email, of course, can have your branding on it as well, and the content of the email can be customized. But based on how you set up the interview, automatically the system will load in data to the email, such as who the interviewer is, what position it's for, how many days they have to take the interview, based on how many questions you have, how long the interview might take, and so forth. The system will test the candidate's compatibility to take the interview automatically, but if the candidate wanted to do that before they started the interview, they can click here to test their settings to make sure everything's going to work. They can also take a practice interview first, but we'll click take interview, and then real quick to the candidate portal where they can take the interview. Candidates can also take the interview from a mobile device as well. So the system's compatible with either iOS or Android devices. And the great thing about it is the candidates don't have to download an app first. They can take the interview right away, right through their browser. So the candidate will come in here. They'll go ahead and click start to start taking the interview. And based on how many questions you have in the interview, the number will be at the top. So if they're halfway through, they'll know they're going to be halfway through, and so forth. So they'll click next to start the interview, to answer the first question. If there's any time to prepare, basically you can set up the questions with time to answer. You can also schedule time to prepare for them to think about their answer before we actually start recording their answer as well. You can also record yourself asking the question. We call those video questions. But the short answer, in summary, you can customize a lot about how the interview works, what type of questions you can ask, and so forth. So next, the candidate will exit the interview when they're done. We'll ask them to rate their experience, but if they have any problems during the interview process, they can come and they can start a chat with support, and that's available 24/7 and available in multiple languages as well. Yeah. So next, you'll be notified that the candidate completed the interview, and to review their interview and grade them, you'll come in here to the system. You'll go to the job. You'll go to the stage sent to Easyhire, and you'll click on the candidate name. We'll go to video interview here. It says it's complete, and then we can click this link to watch the interview. So next, once we clicked on the link, the interview will pull up here. You'll see all the questions you asked here on the right-hand side. You'll go ahead and click on the question itself. That'll start playing the interview back for you. So you'll see their answer here. Again, if you just keep on playing it, it'll play throughout, but you can pause it and you can rate their answer on each question here. Go to the next question. Click play, and it'll play their answer for you. So then you can give the candidate an overall score, which can be carried back over to ICIMS. So again, back in ICIMS, you'll see their interview. It's complete. You'll see the score and so forth right back in here. And oops, sorry, pause the video there. And anybody else who needs to review the candidate can be assigned to do so as well. So that's a quick overview of how the integration works. We can cover more in depth in a detailed demo. Look forward to talking with you further.